Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tony'sPicksUp.com. I'm Tony T. It's time for our college basketball segment here. Two-pack here for Ramon Scott here for the Friday action in college hoops. And man, Ramon has been on a tear in college hoops over the past 2 years. Of course, the last 7 days, amongst the leaders here at 935 units of profit, having a great tournament so far this spring. Ramon Scott in right now. Ramon, how's it going?
Yeah, Tony, it was a big day in college basketball. A few teams snuck through, some big names won as well, and we'll see how it all shakes down. I thought it went pretty well here to get us going. We had a pretty strong day so far. We've looked good in the NCAA tournament. I wish the games were here already for Friday.
That's right. Friday's action we're going to cover. Two-pack here for Ramon. We'll get started here with this one here. We've got Western Kentucky and Marquette going head-to-head. Marquette 14.5, total 158.
Yeah, and for everyone joining March Madness, welcome. Kohler, the star of Marquette, he's going to be a big talking point for everybody. What really is his impact? What is his status? For this, he's a great player, and frankly hasn't played in 3 weeks. Now he's expected to play quite a bit. That's the nature of that type of injury. When it's ready to go, it's ready to go. But you don't know really what's going to happen when he's out there. I like his chances certainly to be able to compete and be a factor for Marquette. But I think you're just going up against a team that matches up pretty well here, a Western Kentucky team. Definitely this program has some experience, Tony, and they've got good rebounding too, and that's not exactly Marquette's strong suit. So WKU 19-11 against the spread this season, 8-2 against the spread as underdogs in their last 10 games. Had won 3 straight, covered 4 straight. Marquette was looking pretty good until they ran into Kentucky in that game. But at 14 points, Tony, I think Western Kentucky is the type of team that certainly can handle this assignment against a coach that sometimes he wins and doesn't cover because maybe they're sometimes a little bit overrated. I'm not saying because of the coach. Marquette's pretty good. I'm going to take my chances here, though, with the Hilltoppers getting 2 touchdowns.
All right, Mo Scott, get his best bets over at Tony'sPicksUp.com. Look for the link in the description. Western Kentucky and Marquette. He likes Western Kentucky here at plus the 14.5. All right, let's continue here on our college basketball pick show with Ramon. Guys, remember that promo code TonyT at checkout will save you 20% off as well. All right, next up we will go to the 7 o'clock hour here, primetime hour. Now we move here, and of course, who plays in prime time on CBS? You guys know who that is. I mean, it's just, you guys exactly. You can guess. You don't even guess. Here we go. It's who you expect. It's Vermont and Duke going head to head. Doesn't matter who they play. It could be Long Beach. They're still in this slot. Vermont and Duke here. Duke laying 12 here. The total 132.5.
Yeah, right, Tony. It's not exactly classic 13-4, but that's just Vermont. They've kind of over the years here kind of snuck up their rating, and maybe Duke's a notch down or two from sometimes where they're at. But it's we've seen this one before. This type for these teams, and I think it just plays perfectly. Not quite like the game I came in with, when Tennessee rolled against St. Peter. We had St. Peter yesterday. Truth be told, we gave it on the show, but still, in my write-up, Tony, where we had the over as a premium winner, I said in my write-up, Tennessee's likely to score 80 points here. It was just the way the matchup was against St. Peter's in a low total. Now, here, it's kind of the opposite, it feels like to me, and this total looks very, very high considering the circumstances. I mean, Vermont has strong metrics defensively. Yeah, you could point to their AE conference schedule and say, they padded a little bit there the way they can roll through that conference and won 10 straight games coming in, but they're still 350th in adjusted tempo, Tony. It's almost at the bottom. And Duke, why wouldn't, I mean, they're 1-11 to the under. Their last 12 is a favorite. They've gone under in 8 of their last 11. They weren't dogs in all those games. They were mostly favorites. That sample of the 1-11 to the under last 12 as a favorite, it goes back to a big chunk of the last part of the season, but there are a few games where there are dogs in there. So it's just when Duke is a favorite, Vermont, they're not dogs very often at all. and they've gone under in 6 of their last 7 as an underdog. So it's just this type of game that ends. Duke may get there on the money. On the spread. Quite frankly, like I said, I don't know. I'm more interested in maybe some of those stronger teams laying the single digits, even though Samford looked good tonight in that 20-point near comeback. We had Samford, but I'll take the under here for sure with Vermont and Duke, and figure Duke knows. Vermont knows what to do, and Duke knows what to do as well. So under here, Tony. I feel strong about this one.
All right, Ramon Scott, get his premium plays at TonySpace.com. Vermont and Duke, it'll be under the total of 132.5. All right, we got your 2-pack in here for you for the Friday games from Ramon. So let's take a look over at TonySpace.com for the premiums here. Of course, we got that 16-game card, college hoops, NBA on the board, NHL as well. But Ramon here over the past 2 years, 6,151 units of profit in college hoops. That is all documented over at TonySpace.com. Pay a visit to Ramon's handicapper page to verify all that. All right, Ramon, 16-game card, college hoops, NBA hockey. What do you have going over at TonySpace.com?
Yeah, it's going to be mostly college hoops. Tony, of course, on NCAA Tournament Friday with the 16 games. How'd we do on the opening 16 games? We had 8 premium plays. I went 7-1 with my premium picks over at TonySpicks.com, fully documented. You can check my handicapper profile page, look right on down the list and see the wins. We had some plays in the other sports. We kind of split them there, but we'll be right on top of it tomorrow with a big NBA card. And we'll have a few in there, certainly, Tony, with NBA and NHL, but it does feel like we need to attack this board in college basketball the way I see it tomorrow. And thanks for putting that. Pick up one of those long-term packages here with me and ride all the way through the NCAA tournament and the start of baseball season as well, NBA, NHL, end of the season. Check it out over at Tony'sPicks.com for Friday, Tony, but I feel like it's got to be about the college basketball right now. It's 7 winners. We're on 9-2 so far in the NCAA tournament, including the 2 play-in days. We went 2-1 on those days, combined with that 7-1 today. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing and hitting me up today, and hopefully riding this out and seeing what it's all about. You get little write-ups with me. I feel like obligated to and sometimes the write-up is right on. And we don't always get the win, but usually the handicap's pretty solid. You can get some good information in there as well. But, man, we really penned some of these games today, Tony, because there was totals practically described exactly the way the game is going to play out. And that's what you get with me over at Tony'sPicks.com. It's all about the wins and the losses. We know what you want. You can check those out with the documented records here at the website. That's how we run it here into a third party, and records are for everyone to see there, Tony. And I'm on a pretty good roll right now in college basketball, the biggest time of the year.
That's right, guys. Get over with Scott over at Tony'sPicks.com. Remember that 6,151 units of profit college hoops. Past 2 seasons, it's about nearly 15 months there. Of course, last 7 days, all sports combined amongst the leaders here at 935 units of profit. So get ahead, get on board with Ramon Scott. When you click the link in the description, it'll add you right on Ramon's point of purchase page as well as profile page with point of purchase here. This is where you can pick up the long-term passes. 1 month is a good time right now. You get the remainder of the NCAA tournament, all the minor tournament coverage as well, NBA into the play-in round, NHL into the playoffs, as well as 3 weeks of baseball. Remember, the U.S. opening day is about 6 days away on Thursday, coming up on Thursday. So that's when we get opening day here in the U.S. So no better time now to get the 1 month pass with all these sports overlapping. We're going to save you some money as well when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout. You can access Ramon's page with the link in the description. It'll land you directly on his profile page, and there is your point of purchase to get those long-term passes. So go ahead and get signed up. All right. Also, want to make note here, Ramon also did a 3-pack here from the NBA, so make sure you check out our channel for that. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so when these videos drop, you get them right away. And hit those like buttons so our content shows up consistently in your timeline. All right, that's going to do it here for Ramon. I'm Tony. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.